Hey, what's going on? Welcome to Raven's Arcana. I am Raven, and I wanted to talk a little bit about numerology and break it down and talk about the master numbers. The master numbers being 11, 22, and 33. I'll give a brief introduction of the meanings of the individual numbers, meaning 1 through 10, and then we can go from there. So let's do that now. So the 1 is potential, the 2 is duality, the 3 is communication. The 4 is stability. The 5 is chaos. The 6 is growth. 7 is faith. 8 is change. 9 is fruition. And 10 is going to be completion. So these numbers are used in numerology and the tarot. And we'll talk about how to reduce the numbers real quick. So let's say you have a 13. 13 is not a master number, which master numbers such as 11, 22, and 33, they are not usually reduced. So if you have 13, you have 3 plus 1 is 4. That is a number of stability. So if you see that come up, it's going to tell you that you either desire stability, you need stability, or you are attempting to create something that's going to make your existence more stable, right? Another example, let's say you have 46. That's 10. 10 is a completion number. Now, 10 is not usually reduced either, because 10 represents the 1 and the 0. The 1 and the 0, the 1 meaning the masculine, the 0 meaning the feminine, right? Circles and lines. You get the picture. So, let's address the 11, the first master number. That is usually defined as intuition. So, you are a master intuitive if you master what the 11 means, meaning you are able to receive messages and understand them and implement them, right? So the 11 being the master of intuition, it also holds the value of the 2, So 1 plus 1 is 2, and while you do not reduce it, you have that duality. You have intuition, you have messages, you have access to collective consciousness, to the Akashic record, that you understand what duality means. The law of opposites, poles, meaning managing yes and no, right and wrong, hot and cold, here and there, internal, external, yourself and the world. So you begin to understand that, and your intuition allows you to connect. Once you master the 11, you're able to recognize that you're receiving messages, and you can begin to understand what those messages mean. The 11 is also governed by moon energy. So in the observable universe, without a telescope, you can make out what the moon is, right? So the moon is intuition. The moon is nurturing. You're nurturing those ideas that you are receiving and moving forward and attempting to understand them. Then we move on to the 22. The 22 is going to be the master builder. So once you have received information, you realize that you have access to collective consciousness. You realize you have access to the Akashic record. Now we're beginning to build upon that, right? So you're able to create. You're able to put that information into play. And we talked about with the 11, it also, holding the 1, which if I didn't say that, I'm sorry, it holds the 1 of potential. It holds the value of the 2, adding them together, of duality and understanding that. And then 11, without reducing it, is intuition. So 22 is master builder. So not only does it have 2 aspects of the 2, meaning duality, meaning you're understanding how that works, putting that together, the 2 plus 2 is also 4. So stability, the builder, right? So you are able to create things. You're able to understand what that duality means in the double 2s. For example, trees on the universal level, on the all level, provide oxygen, provide shade, provide a lot of things in nature. Also, you can build something out of wood that also provides shade. It also provides a structure. It also provides shelter. And building something doesn't have to be physical, although most of the time You're getting your hands dirty, you're doing this. You could be coming up with equations that solve something else, solve problems, scientific experiments. So it doesn't always have to be getting your hands dirty, but for the most part, it will be doing the work. And as the moon governed the 11, the master intuitive, the earth governs the 22, the master builder. So using earth, using that physical, right, to create something. And whereas 11 was knowledge or information, the 22 was going to be understanding. You're understanding how to use that information that you're receiving and put that into play. Make that work for you or for everyone else. And then we move on to the 33. So the 33 has 2 3s. So you are able to understand what communication is. The 3 is the communication, as we said in the beginning with numerology. So it holds that value, that weight of 2 3s, ultimate communication. Also, it holds the value of the 6 if you add them together. The 6 is going to be growth. You can communicate based on the knowledge you receive, based on your understanding of that knowledge, and being able to implement that. Now, there is growth available, right? Through your communication, you are able to impart wisdom upon the world and teach. And that's what the 33 is. The 33 is the master teacher. So you gathered information and learned how to do that. You understood and put it in play for yourself as the master builder. And now you understand how everything works. And as the master teacher, once again, you're imparting wisdom upon the world so that everyone else can go through these steps and elevate consciousness. Now we said the moon governs intuition, or the 11. The earth governs the builder, or the 22. And the sun is going to govern the 33. The sun is vitality. The sun is growth, right? So without the sun, things cannot grow. And we could go into the 44, 55, 66. A lot of people in numerology, especially a newer understanding or implementation of it, will take it that far. However, I don't go that far with it. It's not to say that it's right or wrong. I just think about the triangle, right? You think about the trivium, where you have grammar, logic, and rhetoric, or knowledge, understanding, wisdom. And that's what the 11, the 22, and the 33 mean to me. And when you see these, once again, if you see 1111, that's receiving a double message. You know, some people say that's a message from the angels. Some people say that's, spirit talking to you. When you see 1111, that's double intuition. Pay attention. Pay attention to what you are doing. It might be a sign. You're being given a message. If you see 1122, use your intuition to know when to start building something, to create something, to start a new venture. If you see 1133, it might be time to start teaching other people what you know, sharing that information based on your experience, right? I just wanted to go through this and kind of give this information and how I understood it and how it kind of came to me through research of, numerology and astrology and even hermetics and alchemy. And we could go through the tarot and spend so many hours on this. I just wanted to kind of build a base of knowledge and go from there. And I'm willing to create more videos that go into more depth on this. But I know that 11, 22, and 33 are the master numbers. And they mean something. They are messages for all of us to understand, not only ourselves, but the environment that we exist in. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch the video. And if you dig it, please give it a like. If you like what we're doing here, please show your support and subscribe to the channel. Leave any comments or questions if you have any. And enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much for your time once again. All right.